Greetings, everyone. It's me, that ghost, and welcome back to part 2 of me drawing my dear friend Galathorian. So, he is not joining me right now. I would say, oh, this is, the morning after, like I said, but it's actually the afternoon after. Right now it's 12:16 at the time of recording this. Um, I woke up this morning, and I felt very, very sick, and my house didn't have Wi-Fi. And now my house has Wi-Fi again, but I still feel super duper sick. Like, I feel constantly like I'm about to throw up. I didn't even know you could do that. Wow. Stop tilting. And for those of you who don't know, because I'm still working on a video about it, and I've only mentioned it like once or twice. Well, I've mentioned a lot, but it's, I know I haven't mentioned it a lot on stream. I'm recovering from a surgery right now, and in recovering from a surgery, it's not linear. There will be some days where I feel super figure out of control. This anymore. Go over here. Go over here. Um, like one day I'll feel super healthy, and the next day I'll feel like I'm like constantly about to throw up and collapse. Like I spent almost all of yesterday in one room on the same couch all day, if I remember correctly, and if I didn't, then like oof. I spent one day, like the whole day I was just sitting on the same couch because my bleeding got worse. Like I'd reopened a wound and I felt absolutely terrible. So because recovery isn't consistent, the way I feel today and the way I feel tomorrow are completely different. So I woke up today and I just felt like absolute trash, even though yesterday I felt pretty much okay at the time of the stream. Which I know right here it kind of looks weird because I'm putting like a highlight in a shadow. I don't know how to draw shoes, leave me alone. I'm getting an aid. Okay. So, I don't know if let me set up chat in another device. I always forget to do that. I always forget. But I was gonna say is if there's no questions from chat, I think I might talk about how I see things astrally, because this whole drawing is based on the idea that I can see things astrally. So I think it's important that I explain what that looks like, what that means. So a lot of people who believe in astral projection, who believe in other dimensions, stuff like this, meditate and they see things while they're meditating, and that's cool. I do that too, and I can see so much clearer when I'm doing meditation than when I'm doing other stuff. But I can also just see things. Oh, well, I don't want this one to be. I should merge this one down. Which I know there's still a line there, but I'm gonna put over it. I actually see stuff with my naked eye, and it's not clear like a picture you'd see, but it's definitely something that you're seeing. Which doesn't sound. I'm bad at wording it. Basically, I could look into a room, like let's say there's a ghost in a room, I could look into the room and just like see the ghost with my physical eyes. But I won't see it like a normal person standing there. To me, it would look like typically I see like one very strong line, one very strong contour, and then everything else sort of falls into place around it. So like when Gala astrally projected into my room before the stream last night so I could take a look at him and then draw him, I saw this dark purple line just floating in the middle of the air, and I'm not like unfocusing. Well, I do unfocus them. It's like when you try to see one of those like 3D paintings. Like there's some in an escape room downtown. You try to see those like 3D paintings. You unfocus your eyes a little bit, but you don't like go cross-eyed. And I saw this purple line just like floating, probably about like 6 feet in the air. Well, anywhere between like 5 feet 9 inches and like 6 foot 4 inches in the air. I just saw this purple line, and it curled, like curls like that. And then above it, I started to see a head, but I didn't see a face because I'm face blind. And then below it, I started to see a body. But the very first thing I saw was this line curling. And you might say, purple. Why are you drawing it not purple then? And it's when I see stuff in the astral, it's always it's always monotone. So like one day I might see someone and they're entirely in blue scale, and the next day I might see them and I'll see the same shapes. I'll see the same curled lines, the same contours of their body, the same everything. But now it's all blue, and the next day it's all green. It's I just see one color at a time. And usually it's like a gradient. Like it's not just blue or just green. It's like, oh, everything today looks like a gradient of like blue fading to green. I'm not explaining it very well. But yeah, basically what happens is the first thing I'll see is just like one monochrome line. And then the rest of the outline builds around it. So that's when you'd see the outline of a head, the outline of wings. And then the longer you stare, the more little details appear. Like then you start to see feathers on the wings. You start to see different materials. Like, oh, I can tell this part of the outline is skin, stuff like that. And just the longer you look at it, the more you're able to see details. But then as soon as you look away, for me, it all disappears. So then the next time I look at it, it all it all starts again. Like you have to find the one line again. You have to do everything again, and it's frustrating. So that's why I think a few times in the video he was saying, oh, well, I'm sitting by your bed right now, look at me again, or oh, whatever. And I did try, but it is, for me, super frustrating. Because fiddle, I'm on the wrong layer. Because anytime you have to start over with anything, it's frustrating. There's that little white speck there, but I doubt that'll be an issue. So I'm stealing this shading thing from like a Danganronpa fan artist because right now I'm still I had different shading techniques I used on the app on my phone, but that was so much easier for me to use than this. I don't know why, but I just don't have enough practice yet, I guess, using the computer. But the shading technique is for hair. You just make like white stripes and then like mess up the stripes like with little lines. And then you should do more than one. Well, if you're me, you should. Obviously, you can draw however you want to draw. So the what did I say? Yeah, so for astral sight, it's like I don't see it like there's a person standing in my room. I don't see it like, oh, Gala's just standing in my room. I see it like and it's see-through also. Well, the lines on the exterior aren't see-through, but the interior is see-through. Like when I see metal, it's see-through metal, but you can still tell it's metal based on the texture and everything else. I'm not explaining it right, but basically, I see a bunch of hard lines that are absolutely they're like a dark color. Like it's always purple, blue, or green. Like I can only see in cool colors for some reason. But I see a dark line, and then I see a bunch of other dark lines form around it that form the outline. So like focal line, oh, it'll go away. Focal line, outline, and then I start to see hazy interior stuff, and it's very, very hazy. It's see-through. It's all the same color. You can get rough textures here or there, but things that are similar textures you can't really get, and it's a little bit difficult to see. I don't know how to do lighting on the pants. Like the only one I know maybe put lighting here, but I feel like that's too NSFW. But I might just do it just to be silly. Like it's gonna be such a small profile pic. I doubt anyone will get upset about it. I mean, hey, and if he does, I'll change it because at the end of the day, I just really want my friend to do that. I really want my friend to be happy with the art I'm making for him. That's the whole reason I'm making this is just because I want him to be happy. So as long as he's happy, I'm happy. And I'm also completely happy to do this again in the future because I know this doesn't look very good. And I do want to produce something that someone would be happy to have as their Discord image and not just sort of feel like they have to because someone else made it for them. I just want people to approve of my art, which I know you have to earn that. You have to like actually be good at art and earn that approval. I promise I will at some point. But yeah, so for me, I see one line and then many lines and then a filled in interior that looks very blurry. And usually I'll see certain glowing dots within those lines. Like I saw a glowing dot here, and it wasn't glowing yellow and it wasn't glowing red, but it was glowing like white. But I don't really know how to do a white glow without making it look bad. So up here it was glowing white too, but I made it yellow and red because it had reddish elements in it and yellowish elements in it. Like color's hard to describe when you're seeing in blue scale or grayscale or anything, but like I feel like this depicts the closest to what I was seeing, even though you, logically, I didn't see like just like a yellow like floating ball. I'm not gonna shade the staff with highlights because it's not like glossy. So it's just at this point skin and then wings, and then I'm gonna move on to the background. Let's merge that down. There we go. And again, if he doesn't like that, I can always go back and change this. I'm gonna save the file when I'm done. Duh, but like, so I can always just go back in and like recolor something if needed. It's skin time. Drawing highlights on skin, I almost always use yellow. But this guy's more reddish skin than I do. We'll see. I should probably make it a lighter yellow, like that maybe. I have no idea. I don't know what I'm doing. Don't try to. Yeah, so because I don't see any color, a lot of the colors here are based on what I feel would be right. Like when I see metal armor, I guess he could be wearing completely golden armor, but I just imagined it would be gray, so I made it gray, and then I made the scythe also gray. So when I see a shiny scythe, one, I assume it's metal, and two, I assume it's gray, even though it might not be. So that's why a lot of the colors in my art here look really strange, perhaps, is because I genuinely can't see color in the astral realm. I just see shapes. I see a bunch of different floating lines, and then textures in the middle. Like, oh, here's a metal texture, here's a skin texture. And some of the colors aren't based on inference. Like the metal, you can guess the metal is you guess the metal's silver. You guess the skin is like roughly the color of my friend's skin in real life. But then, not in real life, because this is real, but like, in day to day, see him at the park type thing. Um, then other stuff he told me, like he told me that he has red hair. So I drew red hair. And then the last one, or not last one, with the wings, it's like, well, how did you get the wing color? And it's, if everything's purple, and then the top wings are so dark purple they look black, I'm gonna assume out of purple scale they look black. Just like if everything's purple and the bottom wings look light purple, but still not like other colors. Like it looks great. I don't know. The first time I ever watched the movie Parasite, I saw it in black and white, and in my head I was attributing color to things. Like I'm watching in black and white, and I'd think, I bet in the color version that woman's wearing a blue dress. And then I saw the color version like a few weeks later at home, and she would be wearing a blue dress. And there's many times like that where in black and white, I sort of know what colors will be when taken out of black and white. Which just isn't black and white, it's purple and white, or it's blue and white, or it's green and white. But it's like that, where you kind of figure out what some colors are going to be. Oh yeah, I'm going to do the wings. I'm really scared to mess up the wings. Well, one, I'm going to do everything on another layer. If I don't want to mess it up. So I honestly want to shade with light blue on the wings. I'm not saying that the wings themselves are blue, but I feel like shading black objects with blue looks so like majestic. I don't I don't know like why like blue specifically looks good. I've tried before to shade black objects with like light purple because I'm like a huge fan of purple, and it never looks as good as blue does. Like I'm an embroidery fan, and at some point, I'm gonna finish this patch I started. I started a patch of like a raven, and it's all like blue and purple and green, and like around the eyes, the highlights having white highlights, orange. Like it's like rainbow colored, but it gives off the illusion of being monochrome. And it's stressful for me to do, so I haven't finished it. And I think I started it last summer, so like, shh. But like, you know, for some reason, blue has always been, just in my opinion, the best looking color to shade on black. But yeah, a lot of the colors here are just inferences, like guesses, or they're just what subconsciously feels right. Like I felt like there was green somewhere, so I put green somewhere. Stuff like that. And then other colors are just stuff he told me, like red hair. But if you're gonna try to draw something, you see, oh, fiddle, I should have continued down. Well, I guess there wouldn't be; those would all be in shadow. I don't know. I kind of don't want to shade the second wings because of how the blue looks. Like I feel like maybe, or maybe I could shade it with yellow. I don't know. I don't want to mess stuff up. I was gonna say, if you're trying to draw stuff from Astral, maybe you won't be able to see in color, so you might have to draw like this, where you just sort of guess. Or maybe you will see in color. Um, and then Gala mentioned it yesterday, I believe, but he either was blind in the Astral, or he is blind in the Astral. So for him, I honestly think yellow might work here. So for him, a drawing would be based on like sensations you feel. Like if you touch someone and they feel scaly, draw them with scales. If you, I don't know, I don't even know what I'm rambling about. I'm trying to like talk about occult stuff because I feel like I didn't do it enough yesterday, but I just sound silly. But yeah, it's not like looking at like a real photo you could hold in your hand. It's not like, oh, I'm gonna go onto Pinterest and type in like wing and then draw that based on a reference image because that has colors and shadows and whatever. Also, there's not really shadows in the astral. Or I've never seen a shadow in the astral. So it'd be very hard for me to like draw something with shadows accurately because, I wouldn't have a reference. I wouldn't be able to look and like see where the shadows fall on something. Oh, I think at one point I cut myself off when I was talking about seeing balls of light. But for me, I see a bunch in my body, like there's one on my neck, and there's one on my forehead, and then when I wear my hagstone when I meditate, that thing glows in the astral. And that was something yesterday I was saying I believe might be a soul bonded object, and I flung it around my room looking for a shadow, and I realized that the way the lights in my room are set up, well, not this isn't my room. The way the lights in the room were set up, there wouldn't be one. Okay, I believe this is it for shading. So now I'm going to do the thing I do, which is make another layer underneath my drawing and fix, so zoom in, fix areas like this. So I usually fix these with white, even if I make the background black. Let me pull up Discord on my phone and see what his current background is, because I might try to replicate that. Um, hmm. Okay, his current background is white, so I actually might just make this whole background white. So I'm gonna make this whole layer white, and then I'm gonna do the circle plan. So I can actually just zoom out. I'm gonna make. I don't know why I made the starting dimensions so bad. Like I wasn't even thinking when I made them. Oh, what's this? Oh, never mind. So this is gonna be easy. I'm just. Ooh, wait. Ooh, wait. Oh, now I quite like this, but let me do it so that the center is like his head. So it's like, yeah, I genuinely like this. I know this is lazy because I'm literally using fill. But I like this. I hope that's not wrong. Okay, where's like circle tool? If I'm already gonna be lazy, because there were tools on the version on my phone. Is this the circle tool? Yeah, okay. So, I'm gonna delete this layer because I'm no longer channeling him. I'm just getting it done. Um, and now I'm gonna make a circle. Oh, okay. So here you start on the center. On the phone, you always started on the side. Also, I want my circle to be like red. Actually, no, wait. Let's make it green because that would be turtle colored, dark green. I'm gonna give him the turtle circle because even though I don't respect his love of turtles, I respect him. Oh, it's not centered. Get ready for some trial and error. Okay, let's center it around the PP and see if that helps. Turtle PP circle power. Almost. That's closer. Or I guess maybe I didn't make it a pure circle. Let's try again. I have a feeling we're close to nailing this one, boys. There we go. The issue is the circle doesn't like come up at the top or whatever to for Discord. I'm mad. Mm, okay. So what I'm gonna do? No, I'm not. I was gonna say I can merge all these and then move it, whatever, but I'm not gonna bother. I'm just gonna change the circle. It's time for me to just be stubborn and get in trouble. Okay, that works except for the bottom. We're getting closer. So actually, if I am stubborn, eventually it'll work. Okay, so that works at the top. That. Or, I don't know. We could just, I don't know. So I think it would be neat if it had a border in the Discord icon. She never asked me for that, but I think it would make it look more professional. And because there's, non-equal amounts of distance on each side of, fine, I'll move the character up. Because there's a non-equal distance on both sides between, alright, so how do you move a whole layer? That's my question. Like, duplicate, hide, lock, delete. How do I move a whole layer? Do I lasso it? Wait, no, not that. Okay. Let's do that. So my phone, I could just pinch and drag, and then with this, okay, that's how we move it. Okay, I'm gonna move it up a little bit, I think. Yeah. That? I don't know. I'm just trying over here. Now let's go back to drawing the turtle circle. What's this? Oh, predictive stroke. Oh, I guess I have that on. I didn't even realize. Um, maybe I moved it too high now. I guess I could have made it smaller. Drawing is so much fun. Has a mental breakdown. Okay, wait, so how do I make it smaller? Would it be that? No. It'd be this, yeah. And then we're gonna do that. So it scales evenly. We're just gonna go boing. Oh, I'm gonna make him taller. Taller but smaller. Um, I hope that looks okay. I hope I didn't just mess up like all the proportions and now my drawing gets canceled. Um, so now let's move this. Now that he is smaller. And then now I believe I can draw a circle around the whole thing. Ooh, wait. Can I just make a circle and trace around? Oh, no, it would just be easier to... I'm not that. Rawr. Stop. Okay, let me try again. and it worked, but it's not centered. But that's okay, because now we get to move around this. Oh, I drew on the wrong layer. That's what? Oh, I accidentally pressed the button on my thing. So, if anyone's wondering, that's why I actually have all my layers like open over there to the side, is so I can always make sure I'm on the right layer. So I can close that. I can go beep beep, but like I don't trust that anymore. I've made too many mistakes too recently to trust that. Oh, there we go. There we go. I don't get it. Yeah, there we go. Okay. I feel like that looks good. And if it doesn't, too bad. So now we're gonna use the fill tool again because I'm lazy. What would that look like? Oh, yeah, we don't want that circle there. That. Or we could see gradient. I'm not a fan of that. Let's go back to green. Okay, so now, boom. I believe this is where I'm gonna call it quits. Obviously, when going into Discord, he'll just have to like crop it, or I might even send it to myself on Discord and then crop it like on my phone. But this is now the Discord icon. I'm happy with it. It obviously it didn't turn out the way I was expecting it to, but this is the first time I've drawn on my computer in about a year, in months, and I was drawing based on something that I could only see in one color, and I couldn't even see every detail of. So I think this is the best it's gonna get. Obviously, I'm gonna keep practicing in the future to make better art, and I hope one day I'm making art that's like really good, and my friends are proud to display it as profile pictures. But for now, I think this is what I'm capable of. So I'm gonna merge all, and boom, my drawing. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for listening to me and Gala discuss the astral, discuss everything. Pardon my hiccups. I've been throwing up all morning, and that messes up my stomach. I hope everyone has a great day. I'm gonna end the stream now.